Hi guys, so when you speak to people who voted for Brexit and still think it's a good idea, they'll give many different reasons for their vote. Be it taking back control of borders, money and laws, others will just say sovereignty, arguments about an EU army, or how the European project was close to coming to an end. Many of the latter arguments have more or less disappeared, but if you ask enough questions you'll get to the core of what many, let me be very clear here, not all, but many people voted for back in 2016. To stop immigration. Farage realised he could weaponise an issue that wasn't really on the minds of most people, and he could make sure that it was. Well, Brexit, it seems, has had the complete opposite result of the objective it originally had. Brexit has made it easier for refugees living in France to reach the UK. Despite terrible weather conditions and Priti Patel's attempt to drive them back, almost 1,200 people arrived in the UK on Thursday, and this is according to the Home Office's own figures. Refugees have told the media that the fact that the UK is no longer a member of the European Union has actually encouraged more people to take the risky route. Why? Because they know they will not be sent back to EU countries because the UK no longer has an agreement with Europe. I've said this before, if the United Kingdom had remained part of the European Union, it could work with countries like France and Belgium, it could lobby at the European Commission to put pressure on member states to do more. But that's all gone now. Boris Johnson said famously back in October 2020 that Brexit will allow Britain to take back full control of its borders, its money and its laws. When the UK was a member state, it could take advantage of the Dublin Regulation. This allowed Britain to ask EU countries to take back people as long as it could be proven that they had passed through a safe country before arriving on British shores. Well, Dublin is no more, and Britain has to work with individual countries, in some cases paying them tens of millions of pounds to round up people who wish to make the crossing. Another advantage of being a member of the European Union was that Britain had access to the Eurodac fingerprint database. This would allow Border Force and the Home Office to keep track of people and better identify who had passed through a safe country. Well, that's all gone because of Brexit. There has been an attempt by Brexiteers to copy the Dublin arrangement with individual EU member states, a bit like copying and pasting the trade deals, but so far the talks have come to nothing. A big headache for the Home Office is that while people arrive in the UK, they are unable to send them back to countries like France. So more and more people are getting stuck in the system, unable to make progress in their claims, but not knowing if they will eventually be deported and deported to where. Those who have paid people traffickers have told the media that they have been informed that if they get to Britain, it will be more difficult than before for the UK to deport them. While not all understand Brexit, they do understand that things have been made much easier for them. The response to all of this from the government was to ignore the fact that Brexit has created bigger problems for the Home Office, and instead they stick to the line that the battle is with the traffickers. A Home Office spokesperson said, and I quote, "The British public have had enough of seeing people die in the Channel while ruthless criminal gangs profit from their misery, and our plan for immigration will fix the broken system, which encourages migrants to make this lethal journey. People should claim asylum in the first safe country that they reach, rather than make dangerous journeys to the UK. That is why we have rules in place to make asylum claims inadmissible while people have travelled through or have a connection to a safe country. There is a global and European migration crisis, and countries have a moral responsibility to tackle the issue of illegal migration. We expect our international partners to engage with us to stop people making perilous crossings." The Brexiteers can request all they want from the likes of the French government, but they're in no position to make demands. When you take back control of your border, you have to remember that someone has control of the other side of that border. Brexiteers believe they got their sovereignty back, but forget that France is sovereign too. Once again, the rhetoric from the likes of Farage and Johnson has been shown to be empty promises based on either a lack of understanding or complete lies. No doubt the Brexiteers who continue to support them both will believe Brexit was still a success. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.